I promise to give away all my money before I die. The richest YouTuber in the history of YouTube, a man who is adored by everyone and seems to have no haters. But is that really true? And of course, over 300 million subscribers on one channel. And it's all MrBeast. In this video, we'll go into detail about how Jimmy Donaldson managed to reach such heights, what helps him stay top one, why his videos are so interesting to watch, and how Jimmy's personal life and background made him who he is. And that's just a small part of what you'll learn about MrBeast by watching this video. The biography of the future star of the internet began on May 7th, 1998, in the largest city of the state of Kansas, Wichita. However, due to the divorce of his parents, Jimmy's family had to move to North Carolina, where MrBeast began his journey to success.
That you achieve at 100,000, million, and 10 million subscribers.
As a child, MrBeast was a very shy kid. If you ask anyone who knew Jimmy before, they would be surprised. Really? Jimmy got famous? He was always very quiet. It's not that Jimmy doesn't like to talk, it's just that he prefers to only talk about the things he loves, mostly about games or YouTube, says the longtime best friend of YouTuber Chris Tyson. In addition, his mother did not support his hobby and believed that YouTube is only a temporary entertainment and was sure that it will never become the business of her son's life. In high school, Jimmy was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, which does not stop him from doing what he loves. After high school, Jimmy's mother convinced her son to go to college, but he dropped out in the middle of the first semester and focused on the channel. And in an interview with Joe Rogan, Jimmy admitted that he hated school.
I hated school with a passion, but she forced me to go to community college, and that was the worst thing ever. Like that made me hate life, like borderline suicidal. I just can't stand
MrBeast has an older brother, CJ, who was also involved in YouTube and had a Mr. Bro channel, which is now called CJ these days. MrBeast channel was created on February 20th, 2012, the first name of which was MrBeast 6000. And at the age of 13, Jimmy made a firm decision to create videos on YouTube and published his first video, where a very young Jimmy Donaldson plays Minecraft. And for a long time, it was video games Minecraft and Call of Duty, recorded on his older brother's laptop, which was not equipped with a microphone. They were without sound, and MrBeast himself barely appeared in the footage. And because YouTube wasn't as popular then as it is now, MrBeast posted over 400 videos before getting his first 1,000 subscribers. Perseverance. That's the word that best describes MrBeast, despite the fact that his mother didn't support him, and Jimmy was afraid that his classmates would see his videos and make fun of him. It was perseverance and a maniacal interest in understanding how YouTube algorithms work and why some videos become very popular and the rest stay at the bottom of YouTube that became what little Jimmy needed to achieve his goals. MrBeast and 4 other little YouTubers found each other and talked every day on Skype, sharing new information and analyzing popular videos together.
what makes a good video, what makes a good thumbnail, what's good pacing, like how to go viral.
The video hosting site that Jimmy looked for answers to all his questions. And as we now realize, all these actions were definitely not done in vain. January 9th, 2017. After a long time without many views, Jimmy had the idea to make a video that became his starting point. I Counted to 100,000 was the first video that made the masses aware of MrBeast's existence. A lot of people think that this video was the first video that brought some success. But before that, Jimmy released a video called Counting to 10,000 in One Sitting.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Which put the inexperienced Jimmy on the right track. Counting to 10,000 got the most views compared to the rest of Jimmy's videos at that time. And only after that came 100,000 and then 200,000, which gave MrBeast his first serious popularity. At that moment, Jimmy realized what he had to do. And the moment Jimmy got his first $10,000, he decided to take a risk and give all his money to a homeless man.
You know, be nice and just give people some help. So if you want to take it, it's about $10,000. I'm not joking.
We live in a world where you can earn $20,000 for burning 10, said Jimmy in an interview with Colin and Samir. And judging by the fact that he still adheres to this principle, we can safely say that his idea worked 100%. And now, let's take a closer look at MrBeast's videos and understand why they are so addictive to the viewer that even a 40-minute video will make you want to watch it from start to finish without stopping. Very dynamic editing. We can see that the frames literally change every 2 to 3 seconds, and it makes the viewer to watch with much more interest because we see what happens in the video from absolutely different angles, which makes us as if to become a participant of this video. Of course, the ideas and scale of the videos on MrBeast's channel are just amazing. In one video, he gives away a factory worth $500,000, organizes his own Olympic Games with a prize fund of $25,000, lets boys and girls compete for $500,000. But not all of MrBeast's videos are based on money. Some of Jimmy's videos are more like huge TV shows, like surviving on the high seas for 7 days. We notice that Jimmy spares no effort or money to create his videos, and this convinces us that his success is well-deserved. We will talk about the Philanthropy videos, and of course his own Squid Game later. High-quality thumbnails, a team consisting of Chris, Chandler, Carl, Nolan, and others. And each of them helps in their own way to create and promote absolutely every video on the MrBeast channel. Together, they go through a lot of challenges and also help Jimmy give away money to people who participate in their videos. They give away houses, islands, huge sums of money, and at the same time, they immediately earn this money back and invest it in the channel, thus creating a vicious circle that works perfectly and gives positive emotions to all participants of the process. Jimmy himself, his team, simple video participants, and us, the viewers. And the moment MrBeast realizes that his income allows him to do philanthropy, he starts doing it, and not just donating $10,000 or $20,000 to some organization, but literally making a huge contribution to the lives of hundreds and thousands, and in some cases, tens of thousands people. Jimmy helps 1,000 visually impaired people see for the first time, 1,000 deaf people hear for the first time, 2,000 people get advanced prosthetic limbs, saves 100 dogs, and much more. In addition to the rare videos on the main channel, MrBeast has an additional channel, Beast Philanthropy, which focuses exclusively on philanthropy and helping thousands of people. One of Jimmy's most ambitious projects has been to build 100 clean drinking water wells across Africa, giving over 500,000 people access to clean water. But Jimmy is not just about helping people and our home planet. MrBeast is also helping out in a big way. On October 25, 2019, Jimmy and Mark Robber organized a joint fundraiser to plant 20 million trees called Team Trees. And 2 years later, they organized the Team Seas project, which aims to clean beaches and water from debris and build robots to search and remove debris in the water 24 hours a day. We have seen many times that contestants win huge amounts of money, from $10,000 to $500,000. And some people claim that it's all just an illusion, and the money that Jimmy gives away is not real, and the winners don't really get anything, or much less than what is shown in the video. Keemstar has been the most vocal about this.
For giving out fake money!
But Jimmy has done the right thing and just called him and explained everything as it is and where Keemstar is wrong. This situation only increased the loyalty of the viewers to Jimmy. And also, many people know about the finger on the app. There were serious errors that simply disconnected the player, even if he did not remove his finger. Many bugs shook MrBeast's reputation a bit, but in general, the situation was resolved calmly. There is a certain caste of people who are always unhappy with something, and Jimmy was in their crosshairs. The videos in which he helped people to get good eyesight or hearing caused a lot of criticism from such people that MrBeast was not doing it out of kindness, but for the sake of popularity. But I think this topic is not worth a second of your time, because everything is clear to everyone. Since Jimmy is the most popular YouTuber, and his name is known by 1 in 5 people on the planet, this puts a lot of pressure on him. Every post, every video, every interview is under a microscope. I think Jimmy himself understands this very well, which means that just one wrong deed can worsen his reputation on the internet, because all the popular media will write about it. But as we can see, everything is working out perfectly for Jimmy so far. The most popular, biggest, And one of the most interesting video in the history of YouTube is the Squid Game parody on MrBeast channel. And this video completely changed the idea of quality content on YouTube. And even if you watch all of MrBeast's videos before that, you will see that their creation was much simpler. And by making the Squid Game parody, Jimmy realized that this is exactly what the audience needs: detailed and grandiose videos. It was after this video that Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, or the Olympic Games with representatives from every country in the world, appeared. We can only say, thank you, MrBeast, for making us happy with the highest quality content on YouTube. According to Jimmy, his main channel brings in about $600–700 million a year. He roughly calculates that each video brings in about $2 million from YouTube monetization and another $2 million from deals with brands. In 2021, YouTuber launched MrBeast Burger, a fast food restaurant chain with more than 1,700 locations. By mid-2023, the restaurant venture was earning him about $100 million a year. Another goldmine is his Feastables chocolate line. By the end of 2023, it was bringing in $100 million a year. The word golden is no coincidence. In the best tradition of Willy Wonka, Jimmy placed 10 golden tickets in one of the batches of chocolates, whose owners then competed for the grand prize. The prize was the Chocolate Factory, an exact replica of Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. Jimmy immediately bought it back and offered $500,000 to the winner, who of course accepted. Another source of income for Jimmy was merch. According to some estimates, this brings in up to $500,000 a month. And all this made MrBeast the first YouTuber who managed to overcome the mark of $500 million of personal wealth. And this is just the beginning. Soon, we will hear that MrBeast has become the first billionaire YouTuber in history. With the emergence of MrBeast, the content on YouTube and the complexity of its production has increased not just several times, but several dozen times. With each video and its results or audience response, Jimmy motivates other creators to create more and more high-quality and interesting videos, which allows really interesting YouTubers to break into the top ranks. And of course, MrBeast's philanthropy does not go unnoticed, and many YouTubers, seeing how much it is appreciated by the audience and understanding how any help can improve the quality of life of individuals and even continents, become supporters of the philanthropy as well. So we can say that Jimmy is not only making YouTube better, but also making people's lives better in general. At the moment, MrBeast channel has more than 300 million subscribers, and this is an absolute record of YouTube. But the really significant date was June 2nd, 2024, when MrBeast overtook T-Series, and it was the most joyful event for the whole YouTube community. The personal life of every person is something that should not be mentioned at all. But for the sake of full disclosure of MrBeast's personality and path to success, I will briefly talk about the main events. Although not much is known about Jimmy's personal life, but we know for sure that in 2019, Jimmy met the model Maddie Spidell. A year later, the YouTuber told subscribers that he had formalized an engagement with the girl. However, Jimmy and Maddie subsequently broke up. Now Jimmy is in a relationship with Thea Boyson, whom he met during a trip to South Africa. Jimmy's new girlfriend is his blogging colleague, but specializes in Twitch, where she broadcasts game walkthroughs. While making a video about Antarctica, there was an embarrassment that caused Jimmy to stay in South Africa, and at some point, Logan Paul invited Jimmy to a club for a vacation, where Jimmy and Thea met and talked for a long time, and that's how their happy relationship started. We can safely say that Jimmy has become a hero to all of us. He has become a symbol of goodness, honesty, sincerity, humanity. MrBeast has inspired tens of thousands of people to start their own YouTube channel, inspired thousands of people to do philanthropy work, and just imagine what the world would be like without Jimmy. Many people would not have seen for the first time. Some would have remained deaf forever, and hundreds of thousands of people in Africa could simply die without clean drinking water. And every one of them will be grateful to Jimmy for his actions for the rest of their lives. MrBeast became a hero to all of us because he proved that if you are truly passionate about something, nothing is impossible. You just have to do it, believe in it, and not give up. And now we can safely say that MrBeast has become the most loved YouTuber for many of us. I promise to give away all my money before I die. Although this phrase can be regarded as a joke, but I'm sure Jimmy will do exactly as he wrote. Thank you all for watching. I'm sure this is just the beginning of our long, long journey.